Hey guys, what is up? It is Will coming at you with another buddy fight video, and in this video we're going to be doing another meta prediction specifically for post Soaring superior Deity dragons. So let's get right into it. So let's start off with meta predictions because that's obviously what more people are worried about, and big one is going to be Messiah arms because they're dragon hate, and everything in basically the meta except for maybe a few, one or two exceptions, excluding itself, is dragon attribute in some way. So basically it's just gonna wreck house for a bit. So right now people are kind of scrambling to pick stuff that isn't dragon attribute so they can't just place it into drop and neg your board with cards and stuff. Alright, so after that we've got Dimension Dragons because of turn 1 Lost World is awesome. So I don't know what to say that hasn't already been said. So let's get on to our next one, which is Deity Dragon Tribe. Really anything works. Any competitive build will work as long as I don't think G-Boost base will be any good anymore. I don't think it was any good once Craft came out, but with G-Boost Heart coming out as well, I think anything really that isn't G-Boost base is going to be fantastic. A good choice. Not really fantastic, but good, and will get you results. Next up, we have Blood Dragon Sect. So, with the new stuff that they're getting in this set, basically just makes them even more stupid, which is a good thing. Stupid is a conflict, stupid good. But I think it's just gonna be one of those situations that it's doing what it's doing, but even better. So it's a good choice if you have it, because the stuff's going to be pretty cheap, I'm assuming, because everyone's going to be worried about Messiah arms and Legend Dragons from that set. Alright, next up, Zodiac Star Dragon World. So I know my boys at TCG Buzz said this, and I said it in my last prediction for Blazing Overclash, but now it's starting to hit people, and I see people looking for the deck because they're finally realizing that, oh, the Dragon Force, like the basically shutting down your board, is pretty good. So let's just admit that and get that right out of the gate, that they're going to be good. You're going to see it because Antimatter Cloud is a card that exists. So I think that's why it's going to be primarily Star Dragon World over Legend World, because of that one card and the whole Starjack docking and the spell known Star Dragon World. I think that's going to be primarily why they're even going to be there, because in Star Dragon World, because of those two cards or three cards. So next up we've got Evil Demonic Dragons or Demon Dragons. You're going to see them. They're just an aggro deck, really. If they don't beat you with their attack or their swinging, they're going to impact you for 666 damage, and that's game unless you're somehow broke LDOs and life ramp for days. Alright, next up we have Prism Dragons, because control is control, and shutting down aggro decks. That's exactly why Zodiac's going to be fantastic in this format, because everything is just mindless aggro, and people are going to get pissy because they don't like control, because it's like, oh, you're controlling how I play the game. But it's going to be a great choice if you have it. There's actually a lot for the meta choices right now versus compared to the Rogue, but that's because everything that's out is awesome and stupid good, or that's coming out too. So keep that in mind, that some of these are going to drop because of hype for other decks. So just keep a lookout for those prices, those deals. Alright, next up we have Rogue decks that I think you might see a little bit of. First one we start off with is the Chaos, because the new Chaos bots, the new Gear God, you just have a lot of aggression and resource ramp, and it's a great engine for Lost World as well. So if you have the stuff for Chaos and you just want to build a Lost World turbo, they can do it quite efficiently. So just keep that in mind. Also, a lot of these decks, it's just, oh, just make them resource ramp and throw Lost Worlds in it, which is kind of boring, but you gotta do what you gotta do to win, am I right? Otherwise, why play competitively? So next up, is Thunder Emperor Fangs with the new bots, and basically their new Blazing Overclash support is fantastic. His overthrow is really good. You use that to grab any random Thunder Empire monster, and then you equip the new Ball Buster, I think it's called, the new item for triple buddies. But that's a fantastic item in Thunder Empire because if you use Overturn or Overthrow, it gets triple attack, and it reduces your ball and drum by 2. So good card, good. Next up we have Demon Lords in Dungeon World, because it's basically Chaos Budget Edition. So they still get the job done, but with Wisdom, all your size 3 becomes size 0s, and he has Chaos Territory. So basically you just aggro your opponent to death, like usual, but nobody will really see it coming, I think. So it could be a good option if you have it. Just throw in some Wisdoms, you got a deck. And it's cheap as hell right now. So if you need to pick up something, you could probably find somebody selling it for less than $100. And next up we have Dungeon Mix Construct. So Dungeon Mix is adventurers and dungeon enemies, but there are cards that specifically support like having both on board, like the new adventurer dungeon enemy item, Corgi, best doggo for Dungeon World, and the new Bladewing Phoenix is awesome. Here's the other part. I forget the name of the card, but it's a monster that basically turns dungeon enemy, aka your Bladewing Phoenix from Blazing Overclash, into a Ozzy Dahaka, where it attacks all monsters and the opponent. It has quadruple attack, draws you 2 cards, and it can attack everything at once, 4 times. And if your opponent happens to be playing Demon Lords or the Chaos, they're taking double the penetrate plus that attack themselves. So unless they've got like a redirect card on board to take all those hits, basically, they're taking 3 hits essentially, and that's pretty ridiculous. We don't know the for sure ruling, but that's just how my locals and I have been playing it as, because that just makes the most sense. I don't see why they would change how penetrate works because of one card. But so that's a great choice, I think, and it's really cheap to build right now because of support it's not being a hyped deck. Nobody's really thinking about it. So it's going to be a deck that's 1, cheap to make, 2, it's really strong, and 3, nobody's going to see it coming. So when you swing 4 times with an Ozzy Dahaka that deals damage and gains you life on attack 4 times, it's fantastic. It's ridiculous. If you need to see it, check out the Demon Dragons versus Construct match between myself and Dalton, just to see how stupid it is. And again, I preface, stupid is stupid good. I'm just saying stupid because I don't think it's saying stupid good every time. Last but not least, Electro Deities, because they can turbo loss really well, and they've been seeing some unique play, if you will, in Japan. This last week they topped the list that played Actor Knights the Fool and The World. Look up the 2 cards, Actor Knights the Fool and Actor Knights the World, and you can start to see why they are so good in Electro Deities. Because Electro Deity welcome, check your gauge and grab a card. So basically the deck is so consistent that you basically run it and you get it done and you win, and the person's confused because they don't understand what happened, which is a great feeling, because then you just make JoJo references with Zawardo and you just meme them into confusion. So that is it for you guys. This has been my meta predictions. If you disagree and you want to hate me for it, leave it in the comments. If you agree or have questions, also let me know. We can have a discussion, kind of maybe make some minor tweaks in the discussion comments. Otherwise, if you liked it, leave a like and subscribe. And if you didn't, you should like and subscribe anyways, because I want people to like me. Besides that, peace.